Hello, welcome to the course of service marketing. I am Syed Mohammad Riazul Haq, and today in this section we are going to study more about service marketing. So first of all, we will see how the services are very important for not only for an organization but also for an economy of a country, and what are the contributions of the service sectors in our area, in fact, globally, and we will see. Throughout the introduction of the subjects as well, and we will see the main forces basically that affect on the economy of the country as a being of the services, and how much the services sectors uh, impact on the economy of the country. So here, if we have a little discuss about this. So basically, the service sector is largest and the fastest growing sector in the world's economy. When we say like this, so it the contributing largest in total output and the employment in most developed countries. Basically, it is the main and speedy growing sector of the global economy, and normally every economy is divided into three main sectors. Number one, we can say that the primary sectors, secondary sector, tertiary sectors. So they are the three main sectors. So what are the sectors? If we divide the three main sectors, so what is the primary sector and secondary and tertiary sector? So the primary sector is ultimately related with the agriculture side, that consists of farming, for forestry, animal husbandry, and fisheries. And the secondary sector is related to the industrial sector, and this sector is consist of we can say mining, constructions, manufacturing, and remaining of the economy activities that are not belongs to any manufacturing and construction and agriculture sector. Basically, they are lie on services, that is called the service sectors. We say that they are called services. That is the tertiary sectors, very important main sector of the economy of any country. So the agriculture sector activities related to the supply of water, electricity and the gas, business and personal services, and communities, you can see. And similarly, if you consider about the importance of the agriculture sector, of course we have as a being of the Pakistan, we have a contribution in a GDP on our agriculture side, because our country is an agriculture country, so we have there is impact. So we can say also that the agriculture sector's activities related to the supply of water, electricity, gas, transport, and personal services, and community and social services, and some other services which are not directly related to the agriculture even, or we can say the manufacturing sector. We can say that will be helpful for producing goods and commodities, however very important for the quality of goods. We can say the researchers, engineers, doctors, teachers, designer, homemaker, defense and administrations, and other areas of the services. So basically, services are a diverse group of economic activities. We can say the diverse group of economic activities that include high technology, knowledge intensive subsectors, as well as the labor intensive low skills areas. We can say the low skill areas. And we have one report of the OECD, organizations of economic cooperation and development, that say services sectors contribute 47% of in the GDP of the low income level economies, 53% to the middle income, and the 73% to the GDP of the high level income countries. But in the last year, even it is going on now, the lockdown situation in the COVID-19 is going on. So in the lockdown period, the services sectors are improving also, and improving, and also part of the GDP and making more profit. But unfortunately, they are not appreciated. It is happening like they are not much more appreciated as they should have. So the enhancement or the growth of this sector is due to industrialization, liberalization, cross border services in trade, foreign direct investment, and easy mobilizations of services import and export. Yeah, that was also the one of the report of the OECD. So we can say here that when we talk about the Pakistan, so here we can also say that the service sector of Pakistan basically contributing about 47%, we can say about 47%, like perhaps little more, like 47 to 49% in GDP, and the services sector plays a major role in an economy, but this received less concentration than the manufacturing and agriculture as a source of the growth. And the service sector efforts are currently in progress on the role of agriculture and industrial development in development process. And due to the less consideration of services sectors by countries and policies makers, the service sectors are not much appreciated. Perhaps there is a lack of knowledge about the contribution of services sectors provided to economy. Now we talk about the powerful forces. What are the powerful forces that are transforming service market that government's policies, basically, if we can say the powerful forces in which we can include the government policies, number one, social changes, business trends, advances in technology, and globalization. So these are the five, we can say, the five most powerful forces that drive the service sectors. And when we talk about the government policies, basically that is basically change in regulations, privatizations, new rules to protect customers, employees, and environment, and focus on quality and customer satisfaction, and the new agreement in trade and services like this. Similarly, we have the social changes. When we talk about the social changes here, so it includes rising consumer expectations, more influence toward the service, short of time and urgency, increase increase desire to buying experiences than things, rising consumers ownership of there is a lot of demand of consumer. They want to take everything, they want to take the ownership basically. So rising consumer ownership of computer, cell phone, laptop, high tech equipments that are shaping societies. And during this lockdown, you know how much the prices of the gadgets, like the technologies, laptop, computer, internet, telephony, everything increases because each and every person wants to avail such kind of, because that is the basic communication resources that everyone must have equipped, and we want to avail this to do the business, to do the job, to the study. Like this we are doing the online education, so it plays a major role. So it is basically also the part of services, the organization that is providing their services by means of product and internet services as well. So we have so the furthermore we can say that we can say that the social networks, easier access to more information, and people immigration growing, it also happens. So the people immigration and growing, but old population that need services more than the young people. That is about the old population that need more services more than the young people. Therefore we also focus on the old population because they need services in each and every way. In fact, in their personal life they need services. So the other reason, maybe there is a little knowledge about the types and of the majors categories like sequencing and regulations. There are needs to encourage the service sector onto a more energetic growth track, and how much services has important in the international trade, and the services sector may direct has impact, and therefore the services sector may directly affect on national incomes and employment. And service sectors are usually considered as an important source of income in any type of economy. Even in low income countries, services sectors may also affect on scope and quality of services involving social services such as education, health, health services, hospitals. Like this, education and health services sectors are playing a significant role not only in the development nations but also in developing countries like Pakistan as well. So the growth of services sector in Pakistan increasing steadily and contribute more share as compared to industrial and agriculture sectors contributes about 55%, we can say, 55% of value added share to the total GDP of Pakistan with 4.3% annual growth, and it's engaged 35 point about 1% of labor force of the total population of Pakistan. So these are basically the impact of the service sector in Pakistan as well. So the sector itself, not an alone sector, who whatsoever, it is a comprehensive subject accustomed to with its scope, instruments, areas. The economy survey of Pakistan divide service sectors into four different subsectors. When we talk about the Pakistan service sector, so they divided into four different subsectors that we will discuss here. So four different subsectors which are distributive, like personal service, producer service, and social services. Uh, distributive, personal, number two personal, number three we have producer, and number four we have the social services. So let's talk about the distributive sectors. Who are basically the distributive sectors? The distributive sectors bring the satisfaction and utility to the users or customers, individual households, and also earning to the producers. Producer sector, earning to the producers. And when we talk about the producer sectors, like include of monetary sectors, it's not just only benefits the customers, but it as well delivers the capital of manufacture, the capital of manufacturer and commercial community. And another subsectors of the service sector is personal service sector, supply the community goods and happens to the residents of the economy. Finally, the social service sector is divided into two subsectors as well: the public administration and the defense, like judiciary. So the public administration and the defense, like judiciary, police, army, and the civil services, health services, and education means of services. So these are the includes in the four different categories of these services. Well, now let's talk about the business trends. What is the business trends here? So I have a question, all of you guys. That I have a question, you guys. So what do you observing about the business trends? What do you observing about the business trends? Which kind of business trend is going on? So this business change, you may say that the business trend is totally changed. Like you can share your experience, and perhaps you were working in bank sector, working in the telecommunication sector, pharmaceutical sector, even every field of life. We can see the profession engaged in the services. So you may have different trends of business. Well, this business change is towards also more demand of shareholders to increase their capital value by emphasizing or productivity and cost saving. Marketing emphasizes by non-profit, more alliance, and the and outsourcing and growth of franchises. So they are growing like this. So let's talk one of the powerful factor here, and that is basically the powerful factor that are forming the service marketing is advancement in technology. Yes, it is very important. Advancement in technology, data growth of internet, data growth of internet and its consumer, wireless networking and technology, digitalizations of graphics, text, audio, and video. Moreover, cloud technology, user generated, we can say that the user generated content, location based services, big data, artificial intelligence that change the world. And nowadays robot are working in place of the human and working as employees that are also challenging in the future jobs for human beings, for the human, for the employee. That is a very challenging. And even in the some countries, they are replacing their employees, human employees, to the robot. So there is unemployment increasing. So we have to more equipped and digitalized and aware and know and about the usage of the technology as well to upgrade ourselves. Otherwise, we will be behind, and uh, there is a lot of competition in the market. So there are two things: that you start your own business, and if you want to do the work as an employee, so you have to upgrade yourself by means of availing any new skills, computer skills, software skills, technological skills. And nowadays we are so much talking about the data mining, big data, data analysis, research and development, and it is a continuous, consistent learning process. So if we go towards our next topic, so if you if you look here once again, the powerful forces that are transforming the service markets is little. So here you will see the government policies, once again the social changes, business trends, advancing IT, information technology, and the globalizations. And we have talk about the markets, government policies. So here you will see the new markets and the product categories, increase in the demand or services, more intense in competition, innovation in service, products, and delivery system stimulated by improving technology. Similarly, customer have a more choices and exercise more powerful things. So this way is the government policy should be very familiar. We can say the user friendly, like to the customer and to the service providers. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, we say that they are not much appreciated. Even our telecommunications sector is earning so much, making so much development, and they have a great role in developing the economy of the Pakistan and a great part in the GDP of the Pakistan, but they are not much appreciated. Perhaps it is due to because in our parliament, the people belongs to there, they are not much more associated with the technology sector. They are much more associated with the agriculture side, like we have crop side, and sugar, like this they have their own fertilizations. So they are much more dependent on the agriculture, because the people belongs to the parliament belongs to the agriculture side. So that is even the part of the GDP in Pakistan is much more rely on the service sectors. And now in IT sector, how much it is growing, you see in the during the COVID-19, and the people and our software engineers, how much they increase their businesses and freelancing businesses, web developer, the IT sector increased so much throughout the world. They are getting a lot of work from the outside of the countries. So we have to do a lot of regulation in a government base to facilitate our youth and young people to come on a front and make start their own business to increase their use their knowledge and skills and utilize them, and it is also the betterment of the country as well. These all are the service sectors we discussed. So here we have the second government policies. We have here the social changes. We have also talked about these, the rising consumer expectations, more influence, more people, short of time they have, increased desire for buying experiences. We have done like this, and rising consumer ownership of computer, cell phone, and high tech equipment. And we also discuss about the business trends, push to increase the shareholder values, emphasize on the productivity and the cost saving, and the manufacturers add value through the service and shells and sales services, and more strategic alliances and outsourcing, focus on the quality and customer satisfaction, and growth of franchising, spreading the business, opening a lot of franchising each day. So these are the marketing emphasis by the by marketing emphasis by the non-profit. They always do providing the different kind of servicing as a CSR activities. So it is include. We have so much talk about also the advancement in the IT technology, and of course there is a globalization effect on the service market. Now we are living in the global age, and we are working for the other country, even living in our country, whether it is about selling product, it is about providing the services, even soft services, software services, developing software, developing, doing the same job. And internationally, if you have a business in a lot of branches all over the world, and you do the export and import, then it is also beneficial. It is also the part of the globalization impact on the service market. So these are basically the powerful forces that are transforming service market. They are changing the service market, are changing. So here, more companies operating on a transnational basis, transnational basis. and increase international travel, international mergers and alliances, offshoring of customer services and foreign competitors invade domestic market. That is always the challenges. Like we have a free trade agreement with different countries like the China. So it happens that when there is a importing of the things that already manufacture and produce in your country, so there is a threat to that country that should be that you should consider about this. Therefore the prices of the imported items are always increased to balance or to protect their local manufacturer or producer. This is basically the little bit introduction about into this class about the service sector. In next class or in the next lecture, we will see how these are important and what should we do as an increasing. And we will also talk about how to market. First of all, we understand these are the forces: government policies, social changes, business trends, advancing IT and globalization. And then in the next lecture, we will also see the important thing. So that's I think that this is a concluded introduction of the service marketing, and we will see how to market your services. For this purpose, we have to study hard, and you have to work on each and every company, every students, and whatever you are watching, whoever watching this and listening the lecture, you have to adopt your company organization and research on that what kinds of activity they do to promote their services, and what are the things that should be considered, because it is service marketing is also included the customer relationship management, also the services product and services technologies that helps service industries to promote, to progress, to earn profit more and more. Well, that is a introduction session, and I hope that you understand this lecture. And you can ask me the question, comments, like, and share. Of course, you have to do this. And in the next lecture, we will see other important factor that will be considered, and that is very important for us to know and learn as a service marketer. Thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye.